Hey, this is going to be a video to respond to Governor Hochul, I believe is how you pronounce that. Yeah, Governor, Mrs. Governor Hochul. I don't know anything about you, but I heard, and the whole world heard you and your racist remark that you made when you said that kids in the Bronx don't know what a computer is in 2024. And you know, I don't know who advised you to say that, but you really shouldn't have said that. And it's a lie and it's not true. First of all, this is what's crazy, right? There are villages in Alaska, where these villages, and some of these villages in Alaska, some of these homes in these villages don't even have proper indoor plumbing. Okay? But guess what? They know what a computer is. Hey! Same with, sorry, that was my dog trying to eat my food. Same with Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico and Alaska kind of like in the same boat because Puerto Rico is part of America, right? Puerto Rico is part of America, but it's like not, you know what I mean? Because it was like the last to become part of America, and it's not really, but it is. And then there's Alaska. There are people that like don't even consider Alaska to be part of the United States because Alaska was one of the last states, the very last state to become part of the United States. So, and there's a lot of underdeveloped areas in Alaska, just like Puerto Rico. Far more underdeveloped than the Bronx in New York has ever been. The Bronx in New York is a very developed area. Okay? Alaska and Puerto Rico, a lot of places in Alaska as well as the island of Puerto Rico, these places are very underdeveloped, meaning that some homes don't even have like proper electricity or proper plumbing and these things that we take for granted in New York and everywhere, pretty much, right? In the United States, okay? So Puerto Rico and Alaska, they're like, speaking of the U.S. or the western part of the world, see, these are places that have a lot of underdeveloped areas in Puerto Rico and Alaska. But guess what? They all know what a computer is. So there's absolutely no way that kids in the Bronx in New York, and New York is obviously a very developed city. There's no way that there's no kids in the Bronx that don't know what a computer is. All the kids in Bronx know what a computer is. All kids in New York, all parts of New York know what a computer is. Guess what? I'm from Chicago, my daughter's from Chicago, really. I raised her in Chicago. So anyway, the point that I'm making is in Chicago, right? The south side of Chicago is like the hood, the ghetto, but there's good south side areas. But a lot of places in the south side of Chicago are very ghetto. They're very bad, okay? Not all of Chicago's messed up. The north side's nice. Downtown is nice. Over by Wrigleyview, it's nice. Okay? But the south side of Chicago, it's messed up. But they're not underdeveloped. Okay? They have proper plumbing, indoor plumbing. They have proper electricity available. Okay? And so even though on the south side of Chicago, you got, it's poverty stricken. It's crime stricken. A lot of areas on the south side of Chicago, crime stricken, poverty stricken. But guess what? They have proper plumbing. They have electricity. It's developed still. And they all know what a computer is. And guess what? The schools in the Bronx, some of them even have computers in the school. I'm pretty sure the school office has computers. I'm pretty sure that every school in the Bronx They have computers in the school office. Okay? Even in the little villages in Alaska, guess what? In the school office, they have computers. Did you know that in 2000, what year was it? I believe it was 2003 or 2004 was the last time I was in Alaska. Okay? And when I was there, I was 15 years old, maybe 16 years old. And when I was there, they had a clubhouse in my father's village. They had a clubhouse for kids clubhouse in the village. And inside of that clubhouse, guess what? They had a computer lab. But some of the homes in that village still didn't have proper plumbing, indoor proper plumbing, but they had a kids clubhouse with a computer lab. Most schools in the entire United States have a computer lab as well. And if not a computer lab, the school office definitely has computers. Yeah, so that governor, what's your fucking name? You're irrelevant to the whole world because you are not in touch with the world. You're very in touch. You know what you are, governor, whatever the hell your name is, because it's irrelevant. You know what you are? You're socially illiterate. That's what we're gonna say about you. You are socially illiterate. You are so disconnected from the world. You might as well, check out this planet. I don't really see how you're gonna be much use to anyone. You're going to be a governor, which means you're going to be serving the public is what you're supposed to do. How are you going to do that when you know nothing about the public? When you think that kids in Bronx don't know what a computer is? You're completely worthless, completely useless. You can leave the planet now for all we care. We don't give a shit. You are completely irrelevant. Okay? As you put your nose up at kids in the Bronx, kids living in the Bronx, you put your nose up and you know nothing about those kids. Clearly. Sit down. It's time to retire from life, bitch.